tell everybody about it. So, all right, we're going live.
Let's do it.
We're going live, and we're live already. I think it didn't say you're live, but it looks like we're up and ready. Let us know in the chat box. Can you hear us? Can you see us? So I'm Kasey Oswald, and thanks for coming to my channel again. Every Saturday we go live and chat about anything Outschool at 11 o'clock Eastern. So welcome. And hey, how you doing, Rachel? Thanks for coming.
Good. Yeah, thanks for having me. This is always fun. I love getting with friends and talking.
I know, right? It's my favorite thing to do. Hey, Stephanie, how are you?
Hey, sorry I'm late. I'm good.
You are perfect. We actually just hit the go live button, so nobody would have known but us.
I blew it.
You totally just outed yourself.
I know. I'm really good at that.
So I am so super excited to have you two on here because I know you both teach on flex classes. You teach about flex classes. You teach your own flex classes. So super excited to have you both here. I am going to switch back so I can see if we have comments coming up. Let's see. Come on, Zoom. There we go. All right, so I see Rebekah's in the chat. Hey, Rebekah, thanks for joining us. She said, hi, kids are crazy right now, but looking forward to learning more about flex. So the cool thing, or one cool thing about Rebekah is she started making a flex class. So she may have questions for you guys. Her YouTube videos for her flex classes, they're all unlisted, but I got to see sneak peeks. She is so good. They're like, it's all science, but she like puts it in a way that it's like magical to the kids. It's so cute.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's so fun.
Yeah. So my first question for you guys is, who are you? Why don't you introduce yourself? I'm like, we've been live for like a minute and I've just been talking. So
that's a really deep question, Kasey.
Right?
I don't know.
And with that, on to you, Rachel.
Okay, I'll go. Hi, I'm Rachel Baker. I run Merciful Mornings and I sound like a hot mess this morning. I'm fighting bronchitis, so mess.
Oh, no.
My voice is not normally quite this deep, but it's okay. I'm here. I've got my coffee. I'm medicated. Let's go. So I run Merciful Mornings. I have been teaching online since summer of 2017 with VIPKid. I've been with Outschool for about a year now, a little over a year.
Okay.
And I have grown with a lot of things trying to help other people who want to teach online or want to work from home. Yeah. So I have a digital course that helps people learn how to love what they teach. They can take their passions, their hobbies, their expertise, and turn it into digital classes for kids so that they're able to do what they love and make money doing it and teach. It's like the best of all worlds. So that's been fun. And I do trainings. We have a Facebook group that's Navigating Outschool.
Oh yeah. Uh-oh, I think she just froze.
She froze.
You're frozen, Rachel. All right. While we get her. Oh, she's trying to get back.
I can hear her voice.
I know. Poor thing. Back. She is fighting bronchitis and still agreed to come on here. I wrote to her, I'm like,
there you are.
Back.
What happened? I don't know what happened.
It was a pretty cute picture of you frozen though. It was actually kind of cute. Mine always get frozen like,
Yeah, I've got one.
I'm so animated. Yeah.
I know. Where did I freeze?
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no. You're you were talking about running your Facebook group.
Navigating Outschool, right?
Oh yes. Yeah. Yes, we do workshops in there as well.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Okay, Stephanie, let's give Rachel a second. Let's give Rachel a second. And Stephanie, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So I went to college. I always knew I was going to be a teacher and went to college. I became a teacher. I started teaching and then I had my first little baby and I was like, but I want to stay home. I can't leave this baby anymore. And so I stayed home for 3 years, but I missed teaching so much. And a good friend of mine, Nancy Taylor, A lot of people know her.
Just a few on this channel know her.
Her actual friends in real life introduced me to VIPKid. We were at a soccer game and she was like, no, it's really awesome. It's great. And I was like, okay. So I jumped in and did VIPKid. And then I did Outschool this last year, started in 2020, and I've loved it. And I found one of the pain points that a lot of people either wanting to teach with Outschool or they are teaching that they have was lesson planning. They're like, I love, knitting, or I would love to teach kids soccer, but they're like, I don't have a background in lesson planning, and they needed help with that. So I provide a service where they bring their expertise and I create a lesson plan around that. So
I was totally bragging about that earlier.
Oh,
I was telling Rachel,
she's like, it's the best.
Guess what I did?
I'm so glad.
I may have gone back to get more lesson plan stuff. Guys, I am a brick and mortar teacher. I'm just going to throw this out there before we get back on Outschool. I'm a brick and mortar teacher. I know how to make lesson plans, but words don't come easy for me. And she not only makes lesson plans, but the whole loading it up to Outschool. I didn't have to even come up with the words for the description or anything. I was just super impressed. It's super organized. Stephanie, I loved it. So
well, there is that difference between brick and mortar teaching and online teaching. There are different things you have to consider, different things you have to share with parents, expectations, and it's just different.
It's a business.
So, yeah, right? For sure.
You're running a business, so it's very different.
Yeah.
And that's a big part of the training that I did was how do you teach what you want to teach in that online setting? What does that even look like?
Yeah.
So
let's say hello really quick. James, thanks for coming. Kelly, we said hi to Rebekah. Alexis, hey, Auntie loves you. And Brenda Starr said, hi, newer to Outschool and am wanting to start a flex class. I did Rachel's flex class training, which I will go back to, but jumping on here to hear even more. Did Rachel's program and it was very helpful. Awesome. We are going to talk about that program as well. I signed up for it and I haven't done it yet. But Rachel's so used to that from
Which
me.
one? Which one? Oh, the teacher's personal secretary one.
I did teacher's personal secretary. I'm good with that one. I've been working on that one slowly but surely, but I also got the flex one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But then I went to Stephanie and said, just make it for me.
Just do it. Do it.
That's the great thing though. There's lots of options out there, and I would trust Rachel with my life because she's so dang organized and she's so good at telling you what you need to hear. She's
These
like,
two ladies,
go do the thing. So I'm like,
for everything I'm not. Yeah. I'm like, just let me teach. Let me just do all the things with the kids, and I just,
And Kasey is the cutest teacher. All
ever.
Videos reading to these kids are just the sweetest.
Yes. But you wouldn't expect how strict I am. Right?
I wouldn't.
Right?
I would never have thought that.
My classroom is ran quite, but I have to. ADHD is, I love to play and have fun, but we need a stopping point. Mm-hmm. So, I kind of have to. So
that's so good.
Harvetta Porter says, hello, everyone. Hey, thanks for coming. Rebekah said she's in Rachel's Facebook group and it is great. And Stephanie, same. I love to teach, but I also want to stay home with my kids. Yeah. And Brenda said, yes, Rachel is very helpful. So let's get down to it.
Sweet.
Feel free to ask questions in the chat. I have questions here that I wrote down for them. I didn't send them to them ahead of time. But
it'll be great.
We're fine. You guys are great. Okay, so how do you think flex classes can benefit teachers? Anybody want to go first?
You want to go first, Rachel?
I don't care. I love flex classes because it doesn't nail me down to a specific time and date of when I have to do things. It's a lot of work up front as far as recording the videos, getting your resources ready. But then once they're ready, I schedule a little bit of time on Sundays right now. It's the beginning of the weekend, and I schedule my posts here's what we're doing this week. Here are your assignments. Here's the video link to go watch everything you need. Right. I schedule that. I schedule another one on Wednesday, hey, let me know what questions you have. Are you having trouble with anything? And I just have to check back periodically.
Yeah.
to make sure everybody's doing okay. Nobody needs anything, answer any questions, but it's not like Tuesdays at 9:30 every single week. I must be here and teach for an hour. And it frees up so much of your time. So while up front, it's a lot.
Yeah.
After the fact, it's like, oh, I should probably check in with those kids. And it's not near as big of a commitment on your time, which is
and
great.
Stephanie just taught me that you can schedule your posts. I didn't even know you could do that. I thought just every day I needed to post something, but what?
Don't do that.
No. Schedule it all on Sunday for the whole week. And then just, you should get notifications when someone responds, but just in case, I try to go back and check in the classroom just in case a notification didn't go through.
Right.
So.
Well, when I signed up for Outschool, I used like Facebook or something. So it was linked to that email address, but that email address is from 99 or 98. 98. So can you imagine?
That long ago, you guys.
Yeah, I have like 90,000 unopened messages. Like you would die.
That scares
so
me.
I tried to switch my email address. Girl, ask Kelly. Kelly's seen the picture of how many unopened messages I have.
I don't like it. There's the millennial in me goes, I don't like it.
So I need to make sure I go in there often is what I was getting at.
Yes.
So Stephanie, what do you think, how do you think flex classes benefits parents and students?
I think it's awesome because they can take the classes obviously on their own time, but it's helpful when for me, what I've done is I create a class and I have the system down, I have the lessons, and then I just record them and make it into a flex class. So when students can't make that class time, I only teach in the early mornings. When they can't make that class time, they can take the flexible class option and take the exact same class. So it's been great for any schedule requests when they say, could you teach at 3 a.m? I'm like, nope. But I can send you these lessons. Yeah, I used to. But now I'm like, no, I can't, but I'll send you this class and you can take it at that time because that's what works for you. So the parents are really appreciative going, oh, well, that's perfect. I'll just take your course and have them do it at that time, even though you won't be live interacting. That's kind of a bummer. At least I'm getting a great course from a well-reviewed teacher with classes that I wanted. So for me, it's been great to send them that option and go, here you go. Here's the same class. You just take it at that time you want.
One of my friends, she's on Outschool, but she's also on another platform that I just started on. And she said the kid didn't know she wasn't live until the very end when it froze. And the mom wrote to her saying, that was so good. My so-and-so didn't even know that it wasn't live. I was like, well, that's some good interacting there.
That is good. That is good. In my videos, I kind of joke about it because I think they'll catch on that it's not live. And so I'm like, did you say it? I wouldn't know if you didn't say it. Okay, I hope you said it.
I do the same thing in mine. I'm like, come on,
because it's awkward.
You know it.
Right.
Yeah. Like, 2 times 4. And they're like, okay, maybe you said it, maybe you didn't. I don't know.
Don't you wish you could see it on their end? Like have the parents said, like, are they responding? What are they doing?
Yes, I know. Well, and I'm like, I tell them, I want you to respond. So your mom thinks I'm doing a really good job. And they're like, so I'm like, I wonder what they're doing.
I do have one student in my class already, Stephanie. Rebekah's daughter.
You just listed that too. Barely. So that's awesome.
Rebekah said she has a separate email just for Outschool. Best decision ever. I made one, but for some reason Outschool still sends it to my New England Patriots email address that my husband and I made before kids. Well, that's crazy to think about.
Funny.
Kelly's laughing because she knows I have a lot of unread messages. Brenda said, are there a recommended number of weeks long for the flex class to be? Oh, I know Stephanie knows the answer because I asked her.
I think between 4 and 8 weeks. It has to be a minimum of 4. I think 8 is the max. Is that right? Okay. Just
I
making
don't know if there's a max. I know because yeah, I haven't seen a max. I know you have to do at least 4 weeks for a flex class, and you can go, I mean, some people do like semester long classes, which can be 16 weeks. I mean, they can be, but that's a lot. And another thing to consider when you're pricing your flex classes, they're paying for the whole thing up front. So if it goes really long and you're going to charge more for it, it might be better to kind of break it into parts. Like, this is part 1, you finish that, you can go and get part 2. So I would recommend for sure doing more like 4 to 8 weeks and not go longer than that. If nothing else, just for pricing, because you want it to be worth time and effort, and they don't want to shell out a ton of money. Another thing I was going to say with flex classes for students, I've had quite a few students take where it wasn't necessarily a scheduling issue, but the students were very anxious about being in a live class. They had anxiety, or it was overwhelming, sensory issues. And so being able to have that same content on their time, they didn't want to feel pressured to get it done in a certain amount of time. That's, as far as the students go, I think is a really good aspect of it. And having a kid on the spectrum, I'm like, yep, we're going to do that one by ourselves. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Excellent. I have my shirt on today. It was a fundraiser for my niece that's in the chat. Her school was having a fundraiser, so I should show you guys. It's my love t-shirt.
Love it. Love it.
I didn't even think about it before you were on here, Rachel. That was not on purpose.
Isn't it like Autism Pride and Awareness Month, or is it next month?
April is, and that's a whole other, there's a whole controversy right now in the autism community with blue or not blue, puzzle piece, not puzzle, like it's a thing. It's a thing. So do a little research.
I was just gonna say, just no matter what. Like, I don't care the colors. I don't know how to explain it, but if there's a fundraiser or I can help somebody out, I'm all about it.
Awareness and acceptance.
There you go.
Yes. Exactly. So I looked up the flex course for you.
Oh, awesome.
The option in Outschool when you're listing it is 20 weeks. So between 20 weeks.
Wow.
So you could do a half a year of flex classes.
That would be a huge undertaking.
That's a huge
chunk of change for them to pay. Yeah.
Right.
It's
a college course.
There you
go.
I barely get my 3-weekers done.
Exactly.
Rebekah said, do any of your kids double dip in your live classes and flex classes?
Yes, I have had some. I've had students that take one class, they'll take one multiplication class, and then they need review. And so they take it again so that they have the videos and they can do it again and again. So
that makes sense.
That's been awesome.
I thought about doing that. Like, I have an Easter story and things like that. So I could do a live just to kind of introduce myself, and then they could see what I have after that.
Yes. It's kind of like the, free webinar to join a course. It's kind of like do this and then advertise this. And when you list the class, you can put recommended next class as your flex class.
Right.
Yeah, it's a really nice way to funnel. If you just have a one-time class and you want to funnel people into those flex classes, because that's what you want to be your focus, you can have the one-time, because you do have to have you have to have taught at least one-time class and have a positive parent review before you can offer flex classes. So it's a great idea to do a one-time class that's related and then funnel them into that flex class. If you liked this, go check out this, and that you can still keep your focus there. But that way you're approved and eligible and all those good things.
Yes. I know this isn't Outschool, but I'm so excited. So that other platform I was talking about, you can do a free demo of up to 200 people can drop in. You do it for free, but they can leave you tips. It's so cool. Yeah.
Interesting.
And then they said that's a great way to get them into your classes as well. But I just thought that was kind of cool. They can leave tips. They can leave tips on classes too.
How cool is that?
I don't know how it all works yet. I haven't taught a class yet.
Do a dance for the tip jar. That
Tip
jar money.
That's it. I'm making a dance.
I would like to see that, please.
shoot. I would. I just won't sing for people, but I'll totally dance. Arvetta wants to know, how long are your videos? That's an awesome question.
Are yours little?
Mine are little.
How
I
little?
do multiple small videos.
Okay.
Like if I do a week's worth of content, I kind of try to break it into days if they want to do one day at a time. And I kind of pace it out like, this is day 1, this is day 2. And they make 5, maybe 10 minutes tops, just because there's not a whole lot of instruction needed. It's more practice after the fact. And so I make mine short, but there are several of them for the week. And that way, if they want to knock them all out in one day, they can. Or if they want to break them out over the week, they can. And then I just have a unlisted YouTube playlist. So they go through the playlist whenever.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's good.
Mine are the same as my class times. So my class times are a half hour. I just do the exact same pacing and everything. And I send them that. But I do tell them at the beginning, you can pause it and go do the work. You can come back to it. So for the week, it's 30 minutes, but it's one video for the week, but it is longer.
And mine's probably the exact same. It's probably about 30 minutes for the week. I just break it into chunks. And that's just because I don't edit. I don't do anything. I
don't
record
edit.
my little bit and then I'm done.
Right. Mine are a little different. I think they have to be, since they're like read alouds. So mine are about between 5 and 10 minutes for the little ones. But I do have longer stories for older kids coming out, but they're not out yet. But the videos just kind of depend on the age group and the books, right? I mean,
and
the preschool board books are.
Well, and yours aren't just, you're holding a book and you're reading it. It's not just you reading it. It's, who are the characters? What are the rhyming words? You're really checking in with those reading skills. So I think that's part of the class too, is they could go buy the book and read it to their kid, but they're like, oh, this is a teacher teaching them the skills. You do a great job.
Thanks. It's been fun. It kind of brings me back though. Like, I've watched some of the older ones. I'm like, okay, back to that again, where some I just read through it, and those aren't my favorite. So at least rewatching some of my older videos, I'm like, okay, back to
that's good.
Let's see. This was a question sent to me. How much time do you spend on flex classes after they're created? I know you said kind of check in.
Mine is the same as Rachel. I post mine for the entire 4 weeks on the Sunday it starts. So I schedule out all the posts. I keep an Excel sheet on what goes out. I do it all, but that takes about 10 minutes for each class. And that's it. And then it's just checking in. I get an email. And then as soon as I get the email, I'm like, oh, great job. Good job, Kasey. That looks great. And there's little that I know if they're doing it or not.
Yeah.
Then it's like, okay, that's it. But probably total for the week per class is, I would say, 15 and 20 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. What do you do if you have a student that signs up for your class and you never hear from them? Do you keep trying to reach out?
Me too.
Yeah.
I don't do anything.
I have a lot of students. No, a lot of my students, the reason they take it is because they don't want any interaction. Like they want to do it on their own time. So your job as the teacher is to provide the content and offer the opportunity to check in, offer the opportunity for response, but you can't control whether or not they actually respond to you and give you feedback. So depending on what kind of tools you're using, if you're using tools where you get automatic feedback, if you're using like Kahoot games and you get reports back, things like that, then you see that they're interacting. But for mine, a lot of them, you offer, hey, we're going to use Flipgrid and share the pictures we've drawn for this activity. They may not ever get on Flipgrid. They may or may not watch your Flipgrid. They may just take the content and learn it. And so you put it out there like a crazy person. I'm like, I'm making a Flipgrid video. Watch your crazy teacher showing the picture she's drawn. 0 response. It's okay. But if, you've given them the chance anyway to participate.
I could see the little ones listening to the stories, but the activities, maybe they'll do the crafts, but we'll see.
Right.
Where am I? Blue's Clues. Wait, what did I miss? Did we talk about Blue's Clues?
I don't think so.
Rebekah, are you watching Blue's Clues? What did I miss? I love Rebekah.
Sometimes I feel like I'm on Blue's Clues when I'm teaching.
Right? Okay, that was another question that came. How animated do you make your flex classes? Do you, Dora?
Yes, I Dora.
I do a little bit.
Little bit, yeah.
You know, I sit and imagine, oh man, I have so many pop books around me right now, but I sit and imagine the kids are in front of me. Like I am reading to them in front of me. So I'm pretty animated when I read. I mean, I read The Magic Treehouse. Every day we read 2 chapters to my kindergartners, and some would sit right in front of me and some didn't like my loud, scary voice. so
They're like, I want the back row.
Yep. Some would be right in front and then others would back up a little bit. I'm just loud and obnoxious, I guess.
I don't think you have to, Dora, if you're worried about that, because it's a video. I think you can do that, but I try to think of it like, if it's just a video explaining multiplication or whatever it is, why wouldn't they just go to YouTube? So for me, what I want to provide them is a class that they don't have to be live with, but at least it's like pausing for them to think, you know, asking for an answer, having them think of a response. So I like that part of it, but you don't have to. If you're like, I don't want to.
And I worked with one teacher. She's not an online teacher. She's a brick and mortar teacher, but they are doing virtual and hybrid and all the things. And she's having to record these videos of herself teaching. And we were sitting down. She was like, I'm bored with myself. Like I can't even watch myself teaching because she's just teaching the way that she would in a normal, you know, when you're normally in a classroom, you're not teaching like this, you know, looking like a crazy person. But when you're trying to engage through a computer screen, it has to be amped up a little bit or it is going to be super boring and nobody wants to watch and listen. And so just to keep their attention and make sure they are learning what it is you're teaching, you kind of have to go a little goofy. I mean, maybe not full on Dora, but you have to make it a little more engaging. So just
exactly.
When you were talking, Stephanie, it reminded me another reason parents would choose your flex classes over just going to YouTube is it's a safe space, right? You never know what's going to pop up sometimes.
Yes. They know, they know that and they can go, okay, this is what we're working on. This is exactly what we need. I'm just going to take this course, you know, and she's got great reviews on the other one. I'll just take this one. It's the same thing, you know.
That's something I had to do. I unmonetized all of the Pout Fish videos that we'll use, and then well, they were already made for kids, and I unlisted them like you guys had suggested. So of course, let's see. We had another question here. The easier, the better. Can we talk about ways to meet the interactive requirements? Ooh, good question, Rebekah. Anybody?
Do you want to go?
Go. I feel like I'm going first a lot. You go.
Because I'm like, I'll just see what Rachel says.
Oh gosh, that's awesome. Stephanie says
I have something each day for them to do, but it's little. So day 1 is watch the video. Give me a thumbs up if you watch the video. So I'll get little thumbs up emojis. Day 2 is post a picture of the assignment. And I have instructions on how to do that. Day 3 is do this Google quiz. And then it sends me a response. So they have something each day. Whether or not they do it, you don't know, right? You have to, it's not up to you to go, okay, did you do your assignment? Like when you were in the brick and mortar classroom, okay, you got to turn it in. Your grades are going down.
Right.
I'm not doing that. But I'm providing the opportunity for them to interact. So I provide them something to do little each day. Like, here's a website with some multiplication games. Send me a screenshot of you playing the game. And it's easy stuff. And then Friday's always catch up day. Do you have a question? Put your question below. And so I'm always interacting. I feel like I get with some students the same level of connection. I've got one student in Singapore right now that I'm like, I love her. She's so sweet. So it feels like so disconnected when you're talking about it. Like, oh yeah, you just do this and you just post and it's fine.
Right.
If you are interacting still and providing those opportunities, and they are too, you can still get that connection with those kids.
Cute.
Yeah, I love
Rachel,
that.
do you want to add anything?
Mine are very different from that. Mine, I provide them what they need up front to practice and watch the videos. You know, I give a schedule and let them know, like, this is just to help you pace it out through the week, but you can go at your own pace. This is just what needs to be done this week. So I do pace it day 1, day 2, day 3. And it's the same. I have a multiplication one as well, but it's learning with stories and pictures. And so it's it's for the kids that really struggle to memorize those facts. It puts it in, you know, it's like 4 times 6 is door times chicks. And it's a dentifloor. I mean, it's like a whole thing. There's stories and it's hilarious. They think it's so funny. And so they'll sit there and go 4 times 6 door chicks, dentifloor, 24. And you know, but I try to incorporate more of, like, I have Flipgrid on there. I think I'm going to switch to Kahoot and tweak it a little bit. But I like to say, like, here's a picture that I drew. What does yours look like? And then they can respond that way. So you can still do video back and forth if you need to.
Excellent. Well, I know Stephanie needs to go. Thank you so much, Stephanie.
Yes,
and
thank you so much.
Did you want to say anything else about your resource? I've already linked it below, and I'll tell them about it too, because I'm super excited.
Oh no, yeah, just I'm happy to help you create a lesson plan. I tell people I'm like the interior designer. You have the furniture, you have the expertise of whatever it is you want to teach. Everybody's got something of what they can teach. I just arrange it for you. I make it look pretty.
And she's good at it. She's so good.
Well, I like it. I'm a nerd and I love lesson planning. So I love it. So if you want to schedule, I'm happy to do that. And we do a consultation. I create the class listing form. So you just copy and paste. And then I create a whole plan for you to use. You know how to pace it. You know how to structure it. So the copy and paste.
Kasey's like, yes.
This is so awesome. I'm like, Steve, look, I didn't have to write a description.
That holds so many people up.
Done.
It holds so many people up.
It was awesome.
That's what I do. I'm happy to help you, but I've got to go now.
Thanks, Stephanie. Have a great day.
Bye. You too.
Bye.
Okay, we still have some questions in the chat. Rachel, are you okay to hang out a little bit longer?
Yeah, no, it's just me now. It's fine.
It's not just you. I'm here. I've been studying. Let's see. You have to update the email everywhere. Oh yeah, cool. Blue's Clues equals the Dora the lesson. Cute. Can we talk about we talked about that. So as far as the interactive requirements for me, since Stephanie did help me design my plan, it's pretty much the same as hers with my own kind of flair on it.
I just wanted to different tech tools though. I mean, there's
and actually mine's not techie.
Yeah, you don't have to, but you can. There's just so many options.
Yeah, mine is basically like video activity, craft. I mean, it's preschool, it's kindergarten. So yeah.
Awesome.
As a parent, we took a flex class last summer, and it was so helpful when the teacher checked in and we got the reminder email. It is easy to forget about the class amongst the one-time classes we do. Yeah, Rebekah's always doing one-time classes. Thanks, Rebekah. That's a great thought too. Harvetta said, if you don't mind, what is a reasonable price to charge for a 4-week preschool flex class? That is a great question.
Have you priced yours? Did you price yours and you put it
I priced mine and everybody told me it was too low.
What did you put it as?
I think even Rebekah said it was low, and she paid for the class. I put it at $25 for 4 weeks. I was going to put it at 20 for it's a total of 8 books in 4 weeks and 2 activities per week and a craft per week.
I think $10 a week is completely reasonable. They tell you to keep in mind for your live classes, $10 to $15 an hour.
Yeah.
So like Stephanie was saying, you know, maybe her class for the week, she's teaching a total of 30 minutes to an hour. Kind of think of it that way. How much time are you actually putting into teaching? So if I'm teaching 30 minutes to an hour for that week, you can still price it at $10 for the week. So you could easily do $40 for your 4-week class because they are getting 4 weeks of content. And I think even still, that's kind of on a lower end. So yes, 25 is too low. Stop it.
Well, maybe it'll be a great way to start and get my name out there,
Good starting price.
So, yeah. Harvetta, I hope that helps. What do you think? So, was she the one that said she's new to Outschool, or was that Brenda?
Brenda is new. Yeah, Brenda just went through my Love What You Teach course. She's a rock star. I just need to tell you, she's so good. She actually, her background is social work. And so she has been able to come up with classes on Outschool about like mindfulness and gratitude. And they're so good.
Okay, what age group?
Brenda, what age? Are you still there, Brenda? What age? I think I want to say it's like elementary age, upper elementary maybe.
Oh, Brenda, have you heard of kindergarten? I think that's what it's called. It's on Teachers Pay Teachers, and I use it in my kindergarten classroom. It's like teaching character to kindergartners, and they build a garden. Oh, is this so cute?
That's so cute.
Harvetta said, thanks. I was thinking about $30 for the entire 4-week course. Oh, Brenda said, thank you, Rachel.
Yeah, I think 30 for 4 weeks is totally reasonable. $30 to $40 for a 4-week class, I think is completely reasonable. It depends on how much content you're putting into it, how engaging and interactive it is. And how, if you're brand new to Outschool, I would say start on the lower end to get enrollments and ratings. And as people really start taking your class, it's okay to up your prices a little bit if you see it's going well. So
I am so excited for this. No, not kindergarten. It's cute. It's on Teachers Pay Teachers, and it could probably help with older kids too. It's just a fun way of teaching. And we made like a little bulletin board. I'm not crafty, so I have to buy other people's ideas.
I don't do the crafty stuff.
What's that?
I said I can't do the crafty stuff. That's not.
It's like, you probably already know, but I cannot stand glitter.
Oh, Harvetta, it's the devil. It's the devil.
It makes me sweat. I'm not even kidding. Like, it gets me.
I have a girl. She's 12. She'll be 13 this summer. And she has always loved glitter. And I can't.
Now, this is showing how old my kids are. But did you ever go to Justice and everything in there has glitter? My daughter loved it. We would come back, from Germany or Japan every year and get clothes from Justice. And my stuff would have glitter. And let's see. Harvetta, I hope I'm saying your name right. I have not joined Outschool yet, but I have been following all of you. Oh, awesome.
Do it.
Yes. Quick little plug for anybody. You do not need to use my link, but maybe use somebody's that you connected with. Just you're helping somebody else out and it doesn't cost you anything. So I would use somebody's link that you've connected with.
And just there's a higher rate of success having a mentor who's been through the process, knows what's required, knows. I worked with a lady who is in the UK, actually. She found me and messaged me, and she wanted to apply with Outschool. And she like, this is what I think I'm going to send. And we kind of went through and honed it in and tweaked it down. And because there are just after you've been in it a while, you know what they're looking for and what they're not. And it's just good to have that mentoring from someone.
So Rachel, do you offer a coaching call as well? The reason I ask is because I have someone that wants to get started with me on my other platform, but it's almost exactly the same. And you know me, her vision is so different from how I teach, but I love her idea. Like, it's a super fun, super cool idea, but I have no idea how to help it come about. So I might just need to hook you up.
So for my referrals, I do a free 30-minute session because they're already using my link. Outschool is going to give me a referral bonus once. And the big thing that I love about the referral bonus with Outschool is the mentors, you don't get paid unless your teacher is successful. The teacher has to make $100 on Outschool before the coach ever sees anything. So it only benefits me if you are successful. So I love that. But anyway, so I do a free 30-minute session for people that are my referrals, but I do also have paid coaching services for anybody who wants it. So
the difference with me as far as a mentor, if you need ideas and you want to come up with things, that's kind of my thing. But the whole organizing that's hard for me. That's the hard part for me. I'm not gonna
love
lie.
it.
So
I love it.
I outsource it. um, oh, Brenda said, "Oh my God, you guys, glitter is great. We make glitter jars in my mindfulness classes."
They're contained, Brenda. It's contained in a jar and
But I'm not putting
sealed.
it in it.
No, I'm not going to put it in it either. Once it's in the jar, it's kind of like glitter glue. I don't so much mind glitter glue because it's contained. But the loose, no.
I have had glitter on my nails before, but it was gel and they baked it, so it couldn't come off.
Okay, that's contained. It's contained.
Yes, that's the way I am too.
Yeah.
I see an open thing of glitter and I'm like, ew.
No.
Oh, so funny.
Not okay.
Kelly said my daughter used to love Justice. Harvetta said, yes, you are saying my name correctly. Oh, good. I was looking for someone that has experience with flex classes, and this has helped me out today. Yay! I am so glad. Super cool. You all were helpful today. Gotta go teach my 4 ongoing Outschool classes today. Rebekah, you are a rock star. Thanks for coming. And I'm looking, those are all the questions we have, Rachel. Awesome. Can you tell a little bit about what resources you offer? You talked about the coaching call. Did we mention the flex course? I know Brenda mentioned it. Maybe you can tell us about it.
We did a 2-hour flex class training with our Facebook group, the Navigating Outschool group. And we have the recording of it. We did a live Q&A. We went into a ton of different tech tools, what they're like, how to use them. That's all in there. So it's kind of what is it? How does it work? How do you get it approved? How do you teach it? And what tools help you teach it? And it's 2 hours. And then there's all these additional resources, printables and things. So I do have that on my website, mercifulmornings.com. And then we also have an ongoing class workshop that's coming up. But there's just a lot. I've got an application checklist that's free. Course creation checklist is free. Just a lot of different things on my website because it's such a great way to be able to work from home doing what you love. If you're going to do it, why not get paid to do it and teach kids about it? Right. So I want everybody who wants to do that to be able to do that. So
yes. Oh, I love that. Brenda said, Brenda, are you new to my channel? She said, anyway, sorry, off topic. I'm pretty much known for being off topic.
Squirrel or lizard. Yeah. Squirrel or lizard.
Yeah, we have had a lizard come in and join us once. And, my friend James said he comes on the channel because I'm a little bit crazy, a little bit off topic. And that's just me.
Yes.
You just kind of get what you get with me. Let's see. Brenda said I have to go, but thank you for all the info today. Brenda, thanks for coming and joining us. And to everybody in the chat, you guys are all rock stars today. Love it. Rachel, I really appreciate you coming on. I love it. Your links are below, and I hope people will check them out as well. And that's it. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. See you next time.